Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout for joy, O daughter of Jerusalem. For behold, your king will come to you, righteous and victorious is he. So first of all, what is the first premise in our king? Is a righteous person. It doesn't say strong, it doesn't say courageous, it doesn't say all of that. What makes them victorious is that they are righteous people, meaning they, again, all the ethics of taking care of the poor and so forth. Then it continues and says, a humble man riding upon a donkey, a calf of she-donkeys. So then this is the one line. Then the second is, I will eliminate any battle chariot from Ephraim and any war horse from Jerusalem, which means it's the Judean kingdom and the Israel kingdom. The way to cleanse Jerusalem and to win back the temple is not with war horses. So even in this statement, in this source, there's the comparison between the horse and the donkey and the horse. And and the bow of warfare will be eliminated, and he will speak peace to the nation, which means the battle will be won by speech. Just like they're trying to trick him with speech. Ultimately, taking back the sanctuary is really getting back, like Don said, to the Garden of Eden. God cursed the soil or the place because of the sin. And we teach also on Yom Kippur that we have to come with humble shoes. Right? Originally, we would take our shoes off because when it's a holy ground, it's not cursed. So when it's the temple, you take your shoes off. When Moses meets God in the burning bush, the first thing God asks him to do is take your shoes off because this is a holy ground. So it's not cursed. So ultimately, returning to the sanctuary is returning to the Garden of Eden. And how were we expelled from the Garden of Eden? Not by swords, but by words. That the serpent tricked Adam and Eve and caused them to fall. So coming back to it will have to be with that as well. And of course, we know that God creates the world with utterances. So we have to recreate it again with words. And then it says, his dominion will be from sea to sea and from the river to the ends of the earth. This is also a reference to the Garden of Eden, the river that comes out of Eden. So it's a reference that the Messiah will bring us back somehow to Eden and to ultimate life in the around God, and of course, ultimately the resurrection of the dead and ultimate life. Now, another source is that where will this battle happen? In Zechariah, what we just read was Zechariah 9:9, and further in Zechariah chapter 14, verse 4, it says the following: his feet will stand on that day on the Mount of Olives. Right? The Mount of Olives is where the rise of the dead is supposed to come from. That's why everybody wants to be buried from in. And he will come to the temple, which faces Jerusalem on the east, and the Mount of Olives will split open at its middle, east to west, forming a very wide valley. Half of the mountain will move to the north, and half of it to the south. So this is a very important image, but what it means is that they will be two sides, and you have to be on one side. You can't be You have to take position. And it's amazing to me when we were preparing for it, and I'm thinking, oh my God, we will be on Temple Mount on the day of the modern Israel for the first time in its history, going for the third election to finally decide what side is it going to be on. And there is a big valley going in between, because these are two different philosophies, right? You're going for war or you're going for peace. You're going with words or you're going with swords. You're riding a donkey or you're riding a horse. This is where the two sides are going to be.